Hi, this is the exercise program for JP. As we discussed today in our visit, we talked about different strategies you can do to try to alleviate some of the changes that are occurring to your body as a result of working at your workstation so intently during this COVID crisis. So you're not alone. So a couple of things we talked about. One, um, your ergonomic setup. I'm going to forward you another video that kind of goes around giving some hints about what you can do at your station. The idea of having the standing station and the sitting is an excellent idea. Alternating back and forth as often as possible if that's doable. That's great. We also talked about while you're sitting there the micro macro break. So what we decided to implement that strategy for every 15 minutes of um, of work, you're going to literally stop what you're doing and you're going to take your hands off the workstation, off the keyboard, and off the mouse. You're going to lie on your thighs. Try to keep your shoulders as relaxed as possible, sitting up straight. You can even close your eyes and just take maybe 3 to 5 deep breaths in and out. Okay, and then you can go back to work. Every 30 minutes, you really need to stand up and just kind of move a little bit, even if it's just standing up, maybe doing a little twist, doing a little motion in your shoulders, then sitting back down. So then at the 45-minute mark, you would go back to doing the 15-minute program where you take your hands off on your thighs, deep breaths in and out. And then for every hour, you need to go for a walk back and forth. And then when you come back, I want you to work on a couple of exercises. You can actually do these exercises during any of the breaks, but at least once an hour, preferably twice. You're going to do the pelvic tilts. Let me just turn this down a little bit so you can see me. So basically what you're doing is you're sitting on your workstation chair. You're going to round your back, your pelvis so it lowers down, and then you're going to sit up straight. Again, you can do this with breathing as well, right? So I take a deep breath in and let it out. Actually, I should have my palms up while I'm doing this because when we have our palms down, sometimes we have a tendency to grip, which kind of reinforces that pattern of having the hand on the mouse. Do back and forth. Okay, that's one exercise. Another exercise is doing nice, big, strong shoulder rolls, preferably around to the back. You can also do a couple of pinching of your shoulder blades. You can also do, which we didn't talk about, but I think it would be very good to do, is a little neck stretch. So you can, if you're going to stretch out this side of your neck, you're going to put your hand, hold onto the chair, tilt away, and then give just a little extra pull, very gentle, and you take a deep breath in and out. Maybe you do 2 breaths on each side, then you go the other way, the same thing. My hand is holding and out. Okay, so that would be the things you would do if the exercises, preferably twice an hour. After you went for your, the 30-minute mark, you're just standing up, taking a couple of breaths, twisting a little bit, sitting down, breathing. At the 1 hour mark, go for your walk, come back, and then go through those exercises. The only other exercise I didn't cover in this is the wall exercise with the arm, which I will send in a separate video because I really want you to follow how that one goes. And then we talked about maybe using a tennis ball to open up the area of your chest. I'll also send a video for that. Go easy on that one. Don't go crazy. It may be a little convoluted. Even though I told you I wasn't going to send it, I decided after looking at it that I would. It kind of, you put a tennis ball in the video. They talk about a different type of yoga ball, but you can just use a tennis ball up against the wall and try to move it around. But that's too much. It's okay. You don't have to do it. Remember, the goal here is to try to make it as simple as possible to try to alleviate these issues, which again seem more like just a pec minor, pec major, a little bit of a strain or trigger points in there. You asked me about heat versus ice. I thought that heat probably be better. Certainly before going to bed. Definitely go through this program before you go to bed. We also talked about in your own personal home exercise program, which I thought was a great idea. I think we decided we'd take out the ball smash for now, because it probably could reinforce some of the tensions in that, what we call anterior chain. We also talked about, what was it? Oh, I'm having a lapse of memory. For your the jumping jacks, right? We talked about when you're doing a jumping jack, you want to make sure you're not having any of that superior migration of your shoulder, which can potentially lead to impingement. Didn't seem like that was happening when I watched you, but be aware of that. And I probably should cover everything. So just in summary, you know, really analyze the workstation, use the standing and the sitting stations. Whenever you're not mousing, you're taking your hand off the mouse and keeping it on your thigh to relax. Micro break every 15 minutes. You're just going to do, take your hands off and take a couple nice deep breaths in. At the 30-minute mark, you need to stand up at least, do a couple twists. The next 15-minute, the 45-minute mark, you're doing again, just you're taking the hands off and breathing. The hour, you're definitely standing up, going for a walk, coming back, and go through your exercises that we talked about. You can do those at any time, but at least once an hour. You're going to do the wall stretch, which we'll show you. You're going to take out the smash, and you're going to you take out the smash, and be careful of how you're doing your jumping jacks. Okay? Hopefully that'll help with your pains during the day, and especially your pain during at night trying to get to sleep. Okay? Again, if you have any questions or problems, reach out. We'll connect again next week to see how you're doing and maybe advance the program. Okay? So I'm going to shoot you an email. This will be a YouTube video that I'll be sending to you. Okay? Hope all is well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.